So in this lesson, we will talk about how color is stored in the computer. So how many different shades of the color blue can you name? How many do you think there are in total? Lots of different colors of blue. But how does a computer display blue? How does it represent the color blue? So on a computer, images are made up of little squares called pixels, which stands for picture element. So if you see the picture of Mario here on the screen, if I zoom in really close to his eye, you can see that that digital image is made up of tiny little squares. And each square has a different color in it. And when you zoom out, it appears that the colors are shaded, but it's really just one color per square, like we saw in the black and white image. It's either going to be black or white, but for color images, it's just going to be different shades of color. And what are these different shades of color? Well, for a digital image, the colors are made up of light, and the different colors of light are red, green, and blue. And you see this referred to as RGB. And so for each color, there are 8 bits to represent how much red, how much green, and how much blue. With 8 bits, we can store 256 different numbers, right? We can store 0 to 255. So we can store those gradients of red, green, and blue. So here is an example of some colors and their RGB values. So that means we have almost all red, because the biggest red would be 255. And we don't have very much green and we don't have very much blue. And a combination of those 3 colors of light make up this color. And so let's think about black and white. What do you think the RGB values would be for white and black, and why? Well, it turns out when you're working with light, it's different than when you're working with paint. So if we were working with paint and we put in all the colors, that would make black. So a lot of students think that if they do 255, 255, 255, that would make black, turn on all the color. Well, light is different. So think about a light switch. When you turn off the light, what color is it? It's black, it's dark. And when you turn on the light, it's white. So to make the color black, you have to turn off all the light. So 0, 0, 0 would be black. And to make white, you would do all of the red, all of the green, and all of the blue. So turn on all the light to make white. So there's a little widget you can open and play around with. And predict, this is an important skill in computer science, predicting before you actually have the computer do the work for you to find the answer. So I want you to look at these RGB values and predict which one would match up to A, B, C, and D. And so which one do you think has equal amounts of red and blue and then a little bit of green? Which one has no red but all green and then a little bit of blue? So go ahead and make a prediction and then go to this widget and you can type in these numbers and see if you're correct. So go ahead and stop this video and then watch the video on the slide to learn a little bit more about color and binary.